I walked into Bang Bang in New York City and said that I wanted someone who could tattoo a piece of art that was going to change my life. And Balazs said, I'm tattooing her. I explained to him that I had broken my spine the year earlier. I had learned to walk again, and I wanted him to give me a tattoo that would help me feel strong and powerful while I was learning to be myself again for the first time. This is the second tattoo that Balazs gave me. I've been afraid to have this tattoo done for 30 years. When I was 9 years old, I was singing in the Austrian city center, and I played the very last piano that Mozart and Scarlatti ever played before they died. After we had performed, I went to a museum, and while my friends walked around the museum, I sat still all day long and I watched the same painting. This one was about a woman who fell in love with Zeus and couldn't love Zeus because Zeus had Hera. And so he would turn her into a cow, and he would turn into a cloud, and he would come down and make love to this woman because he loved her and she loved him. And it just kept changing, and it was different, and it was beautiful, and it was powerful, and it was called Jupiter and Io. I thought, what a beautiful story of a person who goes for the thing that they're passionate about. And for this piece to be considered unworthy of its time, a little bit wrong, a little dirty, and for people to hide it only for 400, 500 years to go by, and now it's in a museum for us to see. I knew when I was a little kid that something was very special about that. And I knew that it would take a person who was very special to be able to put that onto my skin for me. And so I showed the painting to Balazs, and he said, this painting has no lines. And we both wondered, how could someone tattoo something that is made of paint in this way on skin so that it reads and it's very clear? The painting itself becomes more clear the further away you get from it. When you get right up on it, it's kind of muddy. And so we settled on a frequency symbol that almost looks like what would happen if a drop of water fell into still water and spread out. It would ripple outwards, the same way that the spirit of this painting rippled outwards towards me. So he tattooed it from the very center in circles. So from a distance, you can see the picture, but when you're up close, you see lines and lines and lines and lines. And so now it's been a little bit over a year, and I knew that I wanted to complete the sleeve, the half sleeve, going all the way around my arm. But there was no painting that I'd ever had an experience with, and there was no picture that I'd ever had a moment with. And so I knew that Balazs would have a very good idea of what should go there to make the whole piece one. He decided to draw freehand and come up with a picture that would fit well. I now have a piece of old and a piece of new, and the shaping of them create the frequency going out. And if you think about the fact that I find this beautiful 500 years later, and I think about what will be beautiful 500 years from now, it's sort of this new idea of art. I had been tattooed maybe 10 times before I met him. And then I said, I will never be tattooed by anyone else other than him. And he said, you know, tattoos are not meant to just add a picture. They're meant to change the way that your body looks for you and for everyone else, and it has to be perfect. We sat down together and we talked about spirits and the universe and the world, and what did it mean to be a good person, and what did it mean to honor yourself, and to be open to new ideas and to new experiences. And it was like having hours of therapy that you got a tattoo out of at the very end. I have never met another tattoo artist who gives gifts as a part of the work that they do. That's kind of what my tattoo experience is like with Balazs. It's that place that doesn't really have a very good definition. It's just happy, not because of anything else. It just brings peace. It brings a lot of joy. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel more beautiful. It's knowing that you get to walk away from a human being a better version of yourself than when you walked up to him.